Make your next move with American Express Business Platinum. Earn 5 times membership rewards points on flights and prepaid hotels booked on AmexTravel.com. And with a welcome offer of 150,000 points after you spend $20,000 on purchases on the card within your first 3 months of membership, your business can soar to new heights. Terms apply. Learn more at americanexpress.com/business-platinum. Amex Business Platinum. Built for business by American Express.
At Starbucks, we've more than doubled paid parental leave, now up to 18 weeks. Which means Starbucks baristas can spend more time with the best company they know, their families. At Starbucks, benefits like parental leave are just the start.
This episode is brought to you by State Farm. Checking off the boxes on your to-do list is a great feeling. And when it comes to checking off coverage, a State Farm agent can help you choose an option that's right for you. Whether you prefer talking in person, on the phone, or using the award-winning app, it's nice knowing you have help finding coverage that best fits your needs. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Make your next vacation unforgettable on Royal Caribbean's newest ship, Star of the Seas. It's everything you've loved about every family vacation you've ever been on, with mind-blowing thrills at the largest water park at sea, 7 onboard pools for every level of chill, more than 40 ways to dine and drink, and even more to enjoy at our award-winning private island, Perfect Day at Coco Cay. This is the new Star of the Seas. Click or tap the banner to find out more.
Hi, this is Tony Ruggiero here on The Tour Coach. If you're looking to get better at coaching, teaching, or playing the game of golf, you're in the right spot. I'm about to take you behind the scenes, inside the ropes, with all of the people I meet on my journey in the game of golf that are here to shed some experiences and shed some information that's going to help your journey improve and get better. Get ready. Let's go. Let's get better.
All right, so here I am. It's Content-a-Palooza. PGA Show.
This is how professional I am. Hey, will you take a picture of us?
Yes.
My daughters don't believe I'm anything.
No, hell, they won't. If you want me to go get somebody that's important in this picture, but
it looks official.
It does look official. Scott Fawcett, I'm a fan.
Appreciate
I follow your stuff. You just said something that made me take Jackson out of being in the recording versus me sitting down.
Or downgraded.
Downgraded. Say what you just said about stats. This is brilliant. Everybody fucking in here ought to listen to this. Wayne, listen to this. You'll like this.
Oh, boy.
What's the purpose of stats?
To find out what you need to work on.
Right? And all the other shit
is pretty fucking irrelevant.
It's going to be the name of this podcast. Pretty fucking irrelevant.
Yeah, I mean, again, this is where it's hard because I want to make sure that everybody understands Mark Brody's work is amazing.
Yes.
The way it works on the PGA Tour with the daily adjustments, it's amazing. It just is falling short when we're trying to apply it to the general public. It just, I sell a stats living for a living, and it just doesn't quite work the way it needs to. We need to know where are the holes in my game, what do I need to work on. That's all you need to know. Having a pretty little strokes gain number. Again, I just played Champions Tour final stage of Q School. At the end of each round, I entered my stats, which only takes 5 minutes when you're doing it this way instead of 20. Super quick. I got a 1 to 5 star review on each segment. And I'm like, this tells me what I need to work on irons. But even me, I wanted this strokes gain driving number. So it's like this bias we've got to get over.
Yeah.
Of I need to see this number. And it's like, well, if the number's not accurate, why do you really want to see it? Because just to keep on rambling.
That's good. Keep rambling.
Generically on the PGA Tour, every 400-yard par 4 is 3.99 scoring average. If you had a 1 yard wide fairway with OB on both sides, stats apps would treat that as a 3.99 hole, when in fact it would be a billion. No one would ever finish the hole. And so it's like, when you're treating it generically like this, there's the daily adjustment is just lost in translation. And it just really makes the data sketchy at best. And I've said this all along, and anytime I include strokes gain, even in decade right now, I've always listed it as not comparative. And I've done that because I'm like, I'm not quite agreeing with this, but I felt like I had to include it. And now after, again, it's really back to getting to playing myself more now. where I'm getting these numbers and I'm like, that's just not. Plus 1.7 driving, I'm 51. There's no like against the PGA Tour, like that's not what the day was. It was a good day, like plus a half probably.
Right.
But these numbers when you're on different courses, they just get distorted.
Agree. And I think, you know, you get these overactive parents nowadays, right? And they're like, well, my kid is this, my kid's that. And I'm like, I just want to find out what you really need to work on, right?
Yeah. That's all you're supposed to get from it.
Yeah. And like, you can't go, well, little Johnny this week, though, was awful from inside 100 yards.
Yeah.
Well, like, normally he's pretty, I mean, it was
Look
just
up variance.
right? It's a tough golf course.
Yeah.
Right? And it was windy that day, whatever. Like, I agree 100%.
Yeah.
How are we going to fix it? How are we going to help people?
Again, this is where like
What are you doing to help people figure this shit out?
But our new interface that we've created in Decade is
That's what we're here for, to be salesy.
Well, yeah. You tell me what you made on the hole. Like literally, you say I shot 75. I played Entry Country Club. It takes you to hole number 1, and instead of actually ending the stroke level detail, which you need in order to get strokes gained, which takes a while, right? You would tell me I made eagle to double bogey plus, penalty off the tee, 2 chips, bogey inside 150, green in regulation, and then the strokes gained putting's pretty good. Like strokes gained putting really works across the board, generically, even just using the benchmarks. And really what you want to look for when you're looking at that, there's just a trend. I've been a -2 guy the way I'm tracking it, and now I'm -1, I'm improving, or now I'm -3, I'm not.
Yeah.
We're looking for trends, but then from the new interface, I can look at combinations of it. If your penalty off the tee was a little high, your greens in regulation was good, your putting was fine against your peer group, but we need to work on our tee shots, and your iron game is probably actually really good if your greens in regulation was good while your penalty was high. So like there's combinations, like 7 data points we're tracking now, and the permutations of that is a very big number of combinations of all those. And we've worked out, I mean, literally, it's not math, just if this is good and these are bad, then it's probably this. If this is bad and these are good, it's probably this. And so now you just enter your data. And like I say, at the end of each round, you just get a report card. It's funny, I came with this, I was on some app and it popped up, you want to leave us a review? And it was like these just 5 empty stars. And I'm like, that's what it needs to be.
5 empty stars.
Well, so now you just, when you get a report card after each round, that here's your last round, here's your last 5, here's your last 10. If you have 3 stars, that means you performed in line with your peer group and your scoring average. Obviously, 4 and 5 is better, 1 and 2 is worse.
Right.
So now the goal is you're going to bring this to you, and you're just going to look at it and be like, well, it's obviously driving. And I mean, rather than, well, your strokes gain number is this and that and whatever, like, again, I really hate saying it because I want to make sure I'm very clear the PGA Tour and what Brody designed works.
Yeah.
It just doesn't work the way we've all been using it. And I'm probably the first guy that's been leading this flag on it. And it's like, just doesn't quite do what it's supposed to do.
How did you?
Whether it's a movie night or just midday, Skinny Pop is a salty snack that keeps on giving. Made with just 3 simple ingredients for an irresistibly delicious taste and a large serving size that lasts. Deliciously popped, perfectly salted. Skinny Pop, popular for a reason. Shop Skinny Pop now.
Hey, it's Sydney Sweeney. I'm not here to tell you to buy American Eagle jeans. And I definitely won't say that they're the most comfortable jeans I've ever worn. Or that they make your butt look amazing. Why would I need to do that? But if you said that you want to buy the jeans, I'm not going to stop you. But just so we're clear, this is not me telling you to buy American Eagle jeans.
Sydney Sweeney, Hasbury Jeans.
You see what I did there, right?
Eczema isn't always obvious, but it's real. And so is the relief from Ebglyss. After an initial dosing phase, about 4 in 10 people taking Ebglyss achieved itch relief and clear or almost clear skin at 16 weeks. And most of those people maintain skin that's still more clear at 1 year with monthly dosing.
Ebglyss, lebrikizumab LBKZ, a 250 milligram per 2 milliliter injection, is a prescription medicine used to treat adults and children 12 years of age and older who weigh at least 88 pounds or 40 kilograms with moderate to severe eczema, also called atopic dermatitis, that is not well controlled with prescription therapies used on the skin or topicals, or who cannot use topical therapies. Ebglyss can be used with with or without topical corticosteroids. Don't use if you're allergic to Epglis. Allergic reactions can occur that can be severe. Eye problems can occur. Tell your doctor if you have new or worsening eye problems. You should not receive a live vaccine when treated with Epglis. Before starting Epglis, tell your doctor if you have a parasitic infection.
Searching for real relief? Ask your doctor about Epglis and visit epglis.lilly.com or call 1-800-LILY-RX or 1-800-545-5979.
You're the owner of a small business, which means you could use another pair of hands, like the experts at Verizon Small Business Days, August 11th through 17th. Get a free tech check and special deals like a free 5G phone. You know you want one. Call 1-800-483-4428 or visit verizon.com/smallbusiness to book your appointment. Verizon Business. Available for select 5G phones. New line device payment agreement and select data plan required. Credit applied to account over agreement term up to 36 months. Terms apply. Offer ends 8/17/2025.
How did you come to the realization?
I knew it all along. The first 4 years of Decade, I did not include strokes gained. In putting, I did. And then the Pac-12 coaches all insisted on having it because they were going to share data amongst each other. And I'll say that's got merit because if we've got 30 kids in the same tournament and I was plus 1.5 and you were plus 0.5, I probably drove it better than you.
Yeah.
Now, those numbers are probably wrong, what they actually are, but
probably drove it better than me. Yeah.
Exactly. So they wanted to see where am I not doing as well as my competition. But you as an instructor, you're not going to get a kid to bring you 30 rounds of golf from people. So you just need to see.
And if they do, I'm probably not going to teach them much longer.
Well, and I literally, again, I did not include it.
Just kidding, everybody.
I did include it. I did not include it for the first 3 or 4 years. And once the Pac-12 coaches insisted on it, like in our comparative analysis, it lists everything is not comparative. All proximity numbers and all strokes gain numbers are not comparative because it's just not how it works. So I've said that from the jump. But I finally, again, after playing more myself, I'm like, oh, Jesus, this is worse than I thought. Like, it's just, we got to do something different. And so this is like the evolution of anything. Elon Musk has a really cool quote that in engineering, if you're not adding back, you're not deleting enough. And it's like from a programming standpoint, if you're not eventually like, oh, damn, we do need that. I feel like what we did with strokes gained on the amateur level, it's way better than fairways and greens and
marking your discard.
It's way better than that. But like, oh well, you know what? We went a little too far. Let's peel this back a little bit. And to be perfectly honest, talking about the idea of adding back, my partner and I were talking today about. I want to add one more thing for tee shots than just penalty over tee, and I want to add double cross because I feel like getting players.
That's interesting. That'd be fantastic.
Like, did we have a penalty and did we have double cross? If both those buttons get lit up, it's going to be a massive flag. And if it's just, I also just want to be like, look how often you double cross.
Right. I think it'd be fantastic.
I think the most important.
That would be great for a teacher to have.
And as a player and a guy who's very harps on just hitting the same thing over and over again, once you get the ball, I do believe the most important fundamental in golf, like in actual ball striking and play, is the ball going the way you meant it to. I mean, you can have a pretty big miss if it went the way you meant to. So, like, I fade every shot. If all of a sudden I'm going to try to draw one, well, now I've aimed it further right and I've hit a block cut. That's a big problem.
Big deal.
And as long as the ball moved the way you were intending it, it's probably going to work out.
Last question.
All right.
You see a lot of data. Let's talk about the recreational golfer out there that lives to you, because you have a lot of recreational golfers that are crazy about getting better. You also have a lot of teachers that listen to us that teach recreational golfers. You look at all that. Is there one or two or three areas where you overwhelmingly see, just flipping through all the data you have, where they're not as good as they need to be that could dramatically help them get better?
I mean, I won't even limit this to recreational golfers. I'll say PGA Tour players. Nobody is as good at speed control and putting as they should be. And 100% of people, when they have a bad putting round, go work on their stroke. No one just goes and does speed drills. And it is almost always your speed. I mean, sure, we all need to be working on our stroke, but to be working on
that's genius right there.
I mean,
that's the best quote of the whole night that I've heard so far.
It's just your start, and let's even pretend your start line was really bad. It takes a long time to fix your stroke.
Yeah.
But you would be stunned if you do a speed drill where what we want to be doing is from putts from 20 to 50 feet, you want to be trying to lag it within like 10% of the length of the putt. So a 30-foot putt, you set yourself a 3-foot window. And you'll be surprised, even as a really bad golfer, how quickly you're pretty good at that. And now, if you're 30 feet and you realize I'm pretty good at lagging in a 3-foot window, now I really just want you to lag it in a 6-foot window, 3 foot short to 3 foot long. Now I've just doubled what you already thought was a pretty decent window, but you have to be comfortable leaving putt short.
Unbelievable. Best deal that. Scott, thanks so much for all your support. Hey, no, really appreciate you taking the time to come by. Good stuff. Awesome. Scott Fawcett, Decade Golf. Everybody should have it.